On the campaign trail, then candidate Donald Trump threatened to tear up NAFTA. He called the North American Free Trade Agreement, signed with Canada and Mexico under then-President Bill Clinton, one of the worst deals ever. But once in the White House, Team Trump chose to renegotiate the deal instead, to, as some say, modernize its terms. On Wednesday, U.S. President Donald Trump signed the revised version into law.
Everybody said this was a deal that could not be done. Too complicated, too big, couldn't be done, we got it done.
For its part, Mexico ratified the agreement in December, even though new language could mean fewer U.S. automakers will make their cars south of the border, and more American jobs will stay in America. Last but not least, Canada's House of Commons on Wednesday began debating the final text. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who negotiated the deal when he had a majority government, but now leads a minority one, promised not to rush the process.
Millions of Canadians depend on stable, reliable trade with our largest trading partners, from farmers in Alberta and auto workers in Windsor to aluminum producers in Saguenay and entrepreneurs in St. John's or in Vancouver.
Canada agreed to open up its dairy industry to the U.S., but insisted on keeping Chapter 19 in place, the dispute resolution mechanism, and it got it. Mary Scott Greenwood served as Chief of Staff to the U.S. Ambassador to Canada under the Clinton administration.
The United States thinks it can throw its weight around and people will do a deal because of the size of the marketplace. A country like Canada says we need to be able to abide by the rules and have everybody abide by the rules because we're not the biggest player in the room.
It could be weeks before Ottawa ratifies the deal, but that's not stopping Washington from taking a victory lap, in particular Trump.
He's definitely basking in the glow of this achievement, but there's a lot of good news to go around.
Indeed, in the U.S., both Republicans and Democrats will tout this as a win in what's a crucial election year. Trump, of course, has also tackled trade across both the Pacific and the Atlantic, withdrawing from some multilateral deals while pursuing new bilateral ones.
This trade agreement, the USMCA, is a necessary precursor to every other trade agreement that comes, because the whole world watches what the U.S. does, and if the U.S. couldn't get it over the goal line with Canada, who could they get it done with?
Roe Ruttenberg, CGTN in Washington.